Hello. This is the very interesting news that I just heard about. India has revised its FDI policy so that they can avoid hostile takeover of Indian companies by foreign entities. Okay. You must have heard the People's Bank of China, which is the central bank of China, raised its stake in HDFC from zero point 0.8 to 1.01 sometime between January and March of this year. And people were really afraid that China is just encashing on the current low stock prices, and they will take over the Indian economy and the Indian industry, um, with when the stocks are such a low level, and once they acquire a significant stake in the companies, they will be able to dictate the policies of those companies. So over here you can see the file photo of Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal. Uh, the People's Bank of China was established as the country's central bank. HDFC is India's largest non-banking mortgage provider. So which is then not exactly an NBFC, um, so HDFC has two parts: HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited. So HDFC is the non-banking part of HDFC. Center has now decided to revise India's FDI policy owing to concerns of hostile acquisitions. So I'll just go through the article for a while. People were really very concerned that People's Bank of China increased its stake in HDFC very recently because the stock prices were very low. But India has started, retaliating at this point and making sure that they will safeguard their own industry. So, amendment to the FDI rule states that a non-resident entity can invest in India subject to the FDI policy except in those sectors or activities which are prohibited. So, there are activities that are prohibited or sectors that are prohibited, like atomic, space, or something that is of national interest. So you cannot invest in any of these sectors from outside of India at any cost, okay? Because these are the things that are of national interest. So Indian government just does not allow people to invest in these sectors. However, an entity of a country which shares a land border with India, or where the beneficial owner of investment into India is situated in or is a citizen of any such country, can invest only under the government route. Okay. Now, what does this mean? So, Indian government did not want to specifically name China, okay, because that would hamper the relations with India and China. But they have, uh, you know, uh, made like a veiled attack towards China, because earlier, if you are a company in Pakistan or Bangladesh, you can only invest through the government route. You cannot invest privately into India. Okay. Now they have expanded this to all the countries that share a border with India. So which ones are those? Definitely China, then Bhutan, then Nepal, then you have Pakistan and Bangladesh. So to be honest, this is not intended towards Nepal and Bhutan, because they are not in even the situation to take over Indian companies. They are very small economies. This is entirely, aimed at China, because China is trying to acquire stake in major Indian companies at such a low price, and then they will, once People's Bank of China has not just even more than 50% stake. I mean, if they have more than 50% stake, then they're definitely able to dictate the policies of the company. Okay. Just imagine, okay, if People's Bank of China has more than 50% stake in HDFC, then what they can dictate in the shareholder meeting is that HDFC should start investing into China, okay, and they can dictate that, and everybody has to agree on that, because they are the major stakeholder in the company, okay. So even if you have 50.1% stake, even at that time, uh, all the shareholders have to listen to the person who is the major stakeholder in the company, okay. So Indian government really wanted to avoid all of this, and I think this is an appreciable step that they have taken in the right direction, because India should really try to make sure that they protect their own industries before going on to before they are being taken over by the foreign entities. The revised rule says that in the event of a transfer of ownership of any existing or future FDI and an entity in India, directly or indirectly, resulting in beneficial ownership falling within the restriction purview of the para, such subsequent change in beneficial ownership will also require government approval. So what they are saying is that if there are two types of investments, okay, there is an FDI and there is an FPI. So FDI is the foreign direct investment and FPI is foreign portfolio investment. If the investment is less than 10%, then it's called an FPI. If it's more than 10%, then it's called an FDI. So what the government is saying is that any sort of investment in the country has to go through the government approval. So it will literally go to the cabinet level, so like the central government, and they have to approve it before any foreign entity can invest in the Indian market. So those PBOC's purchase of 1.75 crore shares in HDFC. This just gives you a background of what exactly happened. So Central Bank of China, they purchased a whole lot of shares, and the Sensex or Nifty, the in India's benchmark indices, fell for almost 25 or 26%. And so China just wanted to encash on this and buy as many shares as possible. That's what people were fearing. And this is the kind of thing that every country should look after, okay, because as I said, now what has happened is that the era of regionalism has become. So India still has to trade with China in the near future, but it has to make sure that it safeguards its own ground before it starts like full-fledged trade with China. So to be honest, if you have heard recent news as well, there was a currency swap agreement with the US from India. What happened is that recently many entities or corporations in the US, they took out money from India's stock markets instantly after they started going down, and that created a huge void, because of which the stock market went down more. Okay, so what US and Indian government have done is that they have started to build a currency swap agreement. I will make another video explaining that, but this is what they have done to make sure that the foreign entities and the individuals in the foreign countries do not just take out the stake from Indian stock market haphazardly, okay, because that just um, decreases the stock market value as if there's no tomorrow. So this is a step in the right direction, I think, and this is something that really needs to happen, because India needs to make sure that it does not let foreign countries and foreign entities take stake into it, okay, or claim stake into its own companies. So thank you, have a good day, bye bye.